Hello, 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 my fellow time jugglers and coffee connoisseurs. Welcome to episode 36 of Podcast Your English, the show where we turn your everyday English struggles into hilarious, helpful conversations. I'm Eva, broadcasting from what used to be my dining table, but is now basically a command center for emails, flashcards, and half-eaten granola bars.
And I'm Daniel, joining you from the floor of my living room because my chair decided today was a good day to rebel. Eva, can we just take a moment to acknowledge that we're both somehow alive and caffeinated enough to record this? Episode 36, how are we even here? Today, we're diving into a topic that's basically the anthem for every adult learner out there. How do you balance work, study, and personal life? Or, as I like to call it, the eternal game of hot potato with your sanity.
Oh my God, yes. Hot potato with sanity, stealing that phrase right now. It's that question that hits you like a freight train at parties or coffee breaks. So how do you manage everything? Job, learning English, seeing friends, life. And inside you're screaming, manage? I'm just trying not to drop all the plates. But seriously, folks, if you're listening or watching on YouTube, do us a huge favor. Pause for 2 seconds, smash that like button, boom, done. And drop in the comments your current balance score. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is total dumpster fire and 10 is I've got a personal yoga instructor and a clone for chores, what's yours? We're betting most of you are hovering around a solid 4, same as us.
A generous 4. Yeah, mine's a 3.5 on a good day. All right, let's kick this off with the million-dollar question everyone loves to lob at language learners like us. How do you even find time to study English with a full-time job? Eva, hit me with your go-to answer, the one that's honest but doesn't make you sound like a total slacker.
Okay, fair. My default is something like, honestly, I don't always find time. I squeeze it in like toothpaste from the end of the tube. Some days it's 20 minutes of vocabulary flashcards while I'm brushing my teeth. Other days it's binge listening to podcasts on my commute, pretending the traffic jam is a gift from the universe. But let's be real, Daniel. That's the polished version. The unfiltered truth is I try to do a little every single day, even if it's just 10 minutes, because I know if I skip a week, I feel like a failure. And then I skip 2 weeks to punish myself. What's yours? Lay it on me.
Oof, the self-punishment cycle. Relatable villain origin story. I usually say I'm inconsistent as heck, but I'm working on it. Right now, with work being a black hole of meetings and emails, my study time are those tiny pockets during the day, like 15 minutes of grammar drills over lunch or narrating my grocery shopping in English to confuse the cashier. And yeah, sometimes it's passive mode. I switched my phone's language to English and now my autocorrect is basically my tutor or my frenemy. But Eva, let's unpack this for our listeners. Give them 5 supernatural phrases they can steal for their own answers. B1, B2 level stuff that sounds confident but not fake.
Love it. Okay, phrase 1. I try to make studying a habit, even if it's just small chunks throughout the day, like 10 minutes here, 20 there. Phrase 2. Work takes up most of my energy, so I save study for when my brain's least fried, which is usually mornings. Phrase 3. I'm not super strict, but I aim for consistency over perfection. Better 5 minutes daily than 2 hours once a month and burnout. Phrase 4. I multitask where I can, podcast while walking the dog, or English subtitles on Netflix instead of scrolling TikTok. And phrase 5, my personal fave. Some weeks I crush it, others I just survive and call it progress. Boom. There you go, listeners. Practice those in the mirror. They'll make you sound like a pro.
Those are gold. Number 5 especially, crush it or survive? That's my life motto now. Speaking of work sucking the soul out of the room, let's talk about describing a crazy work period without sounding whiny. Because let's face it, when a coworker asks, how's work? You don't want to launch into a 3-hour rant. Eva, give me your go-to for venting politely.
Totally. I keep it light but real. It's been nonstop lately. We're short-staffed, so I'm basically doing the job of 2 people and deadlines are piling up like dirty laundry. Or, if it's remote work hell, the blur between home and office is real. I start checking emails in bed and somehow end up working till 10 p.m. It acknowledges the chaos without turning into a therapy session. Your turn. What phrases do you use when work's got you in a chokehold?
Chokehold, vivid. Mine's, we're in crunch mode right now, back-to-back meetings from 9 to 6, and my inbox is a never-ending horror show.
200 unread at all times. Or the classic, overtime's become my middle name this month. I barely remember what weekends feel like. And for that funny twist to keep it positive, my boss thinks flexible hours means I bend like Gumby, but hey, at least I'm getting paid to caffeinate. Eva, hit him with more. Let's give our audience a full toolkit for work woes.
All right, toolkit time. Phrase 1. Things are hectic. I've got projects overlapping like rush hour traffic. Phrase 2. Short on team members, so everyone's pulling double duty. Exhausting, but character building. Phrase 3. Deadlines are flying in from everywhere. I'm firefighting more than focusing. Phrase 4. Remote setup sounds great until you realize your office is the couch. And switching off, what's that? Phrase 5. It's a grind right now. Long hours, zero breaks, but I'm powering through with playlists and positive vibes. Phrase 6. Bonus. My calendar looks like a Tetris game gone wrong. Everything is stacked and about to collapse. See? You can complain, connect, and keep the energy up.
Tetris calendar. I'm screenshotting that for my planner. Okay, now the $1,000,000 pivot. How do you actually shoehorn studying into this work tornado? Because let's be honest, by 7 p.m., most of us are zombies staring at the fridge like it's a Netflix menu.
Zombie fridge stare, peak exhaustion. For me, it's all about those sneaky micro sessions. Like, I study in 15 to 20-minute bursts whenever a gap opens up, maybe grammar apps while the coffee brews, or vocab reviews during my evening wind down. Or my commute is my secret classroom. Headphones in, English podcast blasting, and suddenly 40 minutes flies by. Daniel, you're the king of chaotic fitting in. Spill your strategies.
Guilty as charged. I go with I'm a weekend warrior at heart. Saturday mornings are my 4-hour study marathons when the world is still asleep and my brain is firing on all cylinders. Weekdays, tiny wins, Duolingo streaks over breakfast, or listening to audiobooks while folding laundry, multitasking for the win. And the guilty pleasure, I confess, sometimes it's lazy learning. English dubbed YouTube videos instead of doom scrolling, and boom, I've studied without trying. Eva, let's more phrases. Let's flood them with options so they never dry run.
Flooding coming. Phrase 1. I block out 30 minutes a day no matter what. Treat it like a meeting I can't cancel. Phrase 2. Evenings are hit or miss. If I'm not wiped out, I do speaking practice with apps like Tandem. Phrase 3. I turn my phone into a study buddy. Change the interface to English so every notification is a mini lesson. Phrase 4. Passive mode saves me. Subtitles on shows, music lyrics in English, even thinking in English during showers. Phrase 5. When energy is low, I go easy. Flashcards or journaling about my day in simple sentences. Phrase 6. Accountability hack. I text a friend my daily goal. Now skipping feels like letting them down. Phrase 7. Pomodoro's my jam. 25 minutes focused study, 5-minute dance break to shake off the fog. Keep these in your back pocket, everyone. They're lifesavers.
Dance breaks, yes, because nothing says balanced life than grooving to Taylor Swift mid-vocab list. Now the elephant in the room. Personal life, or as I affectionately call it, that mythical creature I read about in self-help books. Eva, how do you even define personal life these days? And more importantly, how do you talk about it without sounding like a hermit?
Mythical creatures. Spot on. Personal life for me is whatever's left after work and study duke it out. I describe it like this. It's on life support right now. Friends get memes instead of meetups, and my social calendar is emptier than my fridge on payday. But to keep it positive, I'm protecting Friday nights like they're gold. No screens, just takeout and trashy TV with roommates. Or the honest gut punch, I canceled plans so often they've started a group chat called Daniel's MIA Adventures. Oops, your take. How do you sneak in me time without guilt?
Guilt is the real thief. I say personal life has shrunk to micro moments, like a 20-minute park walk with no phone, just birds and bad singing. Or my plants are my most reliable companions. They don't judge me when I forget to water them. Much. Funny version, dating, I'm in a committed relationship with my pillow. It's soft, doesn't talk back, and is always there at 2 a.m. Eva, let's arm them with phrases for reclaiming that personal space.
Armory unlocked. Phrase 1. I'm carving out no agenda time. One evening a week for hobbies like reading trashy novels or baking cookies that don't turn out perfect. Phrase 2. Saying no to extra work emails after 7 p.m. was my biggest win. Boundaries are sexy. Phrase 3. personal recharge, bubble bath with English audiobooks because self-care shouldn't skip the language practice. Phrase 4, friends on speed dial for quick calls, better than nothing when full hangouts are a pipe dream. Phrase 5, I started a joy jar, notes of tiny wins to read when everything feels heavy. Phrase 6, sleep's my non-negotiable now, 8 hours or bust because a zombie can't balance squat. Phrase 7, weekend ritual, unplug at noon Sunday, picnic in the park, remind myself life's not all hustle. Phrase 8, therapy hack, journaling in English about gratitude turns whining into wins.
Joy jar. That's adorable and productive. Stealing that. Okay, tools and hacks. Everyone's dying for those actually works tips. When someone asks, how do you keep it all from imploding? What's your arsenal?
Arsenal deployed.
I lead with Google Calendar is my lifeline. Color-coded blocks for work, red, scary, study, blue, hopeful, personal, green, rare, but cherished. Then Notion boards for everything, 1 page per life area so I don't lose track of my brain dumps. Or the 2-minute rule. If a task takes under 2 minutes, do it now. Clears the mental clutter fast. Daniel, your hacks? Make them practical and funny.
Funny, practical hybrid. Forest app for focus, plant virtual trees while studying. My forest is a lush jungle on good weeks, barren wasteland on bad. Another, shutdown ritual at 9 p.m., laptop slam gently, phone to another room, chamomile tea, and a what went well list. Or meal prep Sundays, chop veggies while quizzing vocab, dinner's ready, and I've learned 10 words. Ava, more, let's make this a mega list.
Mega list mode. Phrase or hack 1, Pomodoro with a twist, 25 minutes on, 5 off for stretching or memes. 2, habit stacking, English podcast right after brushing teeth, links it to something automatic. 3, reward ladder, 30-minute study equals favorite snack, full week, guilt-free movie night. 4, voice notes for brainstorming, dictate ideas while walking, kills 2 birds. 5, boundary buddies, weekly checking with a friend to vent and swap tips. 6, declutter digital, delete 10 apps monthly. Suddenly, studies not buried under notifications. 7, theme days, Monday motivation blasts, Wednesday wind downs. Give structure without rigidity. 8, gratitude dump before bed. 3 things, in English, shifts focus from chaos to calm. 9, batch emails, twice a day only, frees hours for what matters. 10, mirror pep talks. You've got this, 1 step at a time. Cheesy, but it sticks.
Mirror pep talks. I'm trying not tomorrow. My reflection needs the ego boost. Now, good weeks versus bad weeks. How do you narrate those roller coasters without self-flagellation?
Roller coaster narration. For good weeks, I hit my stride, studied daily, nailed work tasks, even squeezed in a hike with friends. Felt like a superhero. Bad weeks? It was a wash after Wednesday. Work snowballed, study stalled, personal life, Netflix, and regret. But always end positive. Kept my head above water, and that's a victory in survival mode. Your spin?
Spin. Good. Rhythm found, efficient work sprints, consistent study streaks, and actual laughter with humans. Bad. Adrenaline-fueled blur. Coffee intake tripled, sleep halved, but I showed up anyway. Ava, phrases galore.
Galore it is. 1, peak week. Everything aligned, energy high, balance almost believable. 2, crash week. Minimum viable effort. Work check-ins, 5-minute reads, early lights out. 3, bouncing back. Started small. 1 podcast led to a full session. 4, guilt-free off days. Permission to recharge, no beating myself up. 5, tracking moods. Journal flags the patterns, helps adjust before implosion. 6, celebrate the just okay. Not every week's a triumph, and that's fine.
Just okay celebrations, revolutionary. When folks probe deeper, how do you stay motivated? Your truths?
Truths. Rewards rule. Post-study treat, like chocolate or a chapter of my guilty pleasure book. Or streak power. Day 50 on my app, that dopamine hit is addictive. Accountability, buddy system. We share progress texts, keeps the lazy gremlins at bay. Daniel?
Gremlins, yes. Don't break the chain. Calendar X's for every study day. Visual proof I'm not hopeless. Or why reminders. Sticky notes on why English. Travel, jobs, confidence reignites the fire. Eva, expand.
Expand. 1. Micro goals. Just 5 minutes tricks the brain into more. 2. Playlist power. Upbeat tunes for study starts. Winds me up. 3. Community vibes. Reddit threads or learner groups. If they can, I can. 4. Failure reframes. Not a flop, a data point for next time. 5. Nature resets. Quick outdoor break clears the fog instantly. 6. Humor armor. Laugh at the mess. Adulting level, expert procrastinator. 7. Vision boarding. Pinterest dreams of fluent convos pulls me forward.
Humor armor, essential gear. Dream balance, paint that future picture.
Dream. Work wraps at 5, study flows joyfully, personal life is packed, dinner's out, hobby dives, zero rush.
Echo, hobbies reborn, guitar strums, friend trips, studies play, not chore.
Ready-mates. Work 60%, study 25%, life 15%. Shifting slowly. Protecting evenings, mine alone. Small chunks win. Imperfect forward. Hustle seasons pass.
Unbalanced, okay, no failure tog.
Homework. My balance is work blank percent, study blank percent, life blank percent because. Comment it.
Favorites. Mine, rotate balls. Yours?
Sleep hobby, real.
Thanks for 36. Like, comment, sub, bell.
Next week, more chaos in English.
You're acing it.
Bye, stars.